Is modern leftism naturally rooted in some type of anger and resentment? Do you think that?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's always been the nature of the left, going back probably to the French Revolution, is where I think you can probably begin to date it. Um, but in the Frankfurt School, in the interwar era, the resentment following the loss by Germany of World War One, and certainly, I think it really reached this country substantially in the 1960s. And I recall that very well because I lived through it and was at some level engaged in it. Um, but there was a resentment that came along with the advent of feminism, with the advent of the civil rights movement. It was an unleashing of a long dormant anger or a simmering anger, which I think has persisted and was the scab was really torn off, I think, when Trump was elected. I mean, it had been kind of moving in that direction over the last 50 years. But I think Trump's election really drove people into a downward spiral of what could probably be termed psychosis.
Is it being too short sighted to just look back at the Obama years and ask, did Obama just lull people to sleep, or was this some kind of almost like spoiling of the left where it allowed them to just be happy and everyone seemed to get along better through those years? Or was there something just kind of bubbling right under the surface, ready to explode?
I think everybody got along better because there was greater homogeneity. Um, because the left, at some level, really has essentially won the culture wars.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with Obama as president, you had your first black president, you had your first basic socialism, perhaps communist president. And so he just fed into what was being taught in the academy and what was generally being felt amongst most of the liberals in the country and the liberal elites. And when he lost to Trump, it was just outrage. You know, how could this possibly happen? This is from their perspective, this is our country, this is our culture, and we're not going to move back to some conservative place that represents the middle of the country that we have no interest in.